Welcome to Crown Level Confidence with Kalia Janae, the podcast where we empower and inspire you to achieve unstoppable confidence and self-belief. I'm your host, Kalia Janae, a wife, mom, entrepreneur, as well as a certified life coach and motivational speaker with a background in humanities and communication. I'm excited to navigate this transformative journey with you. In each episode, I'll bring you candid conversations, practical tips, and inspiring stories from remarkable women who have conquered many challenges and risen to new heights. Get ready to have your crown straightened as we listen, learn, and laugh together so we can level up. Let's dive in. Hey everyone, welcome back to this new episode of Crown Level Confidence podcast. I am Kalia Janae, your favorite mindset and confidence coach, and I have the pleasure of bringing to you guys Elisa Datcher. Elisa, say hey to everybody.
Hey everyone, how are y'all doing today?
Yes. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about Elisa, how amazing she is, and then of course, we're going to dive into your favorite part, which is the conversation. Okay, so Elisa Datcher, a resilient 38-year-old mother of 5 and a dedicated wife, is a force to be reckoned with. Her journey has been an inspiring odyssey of adversity to triumph. An Army veteran and the spouse of a retired Navy chief, Elisa knows the essence of commitment and the strength of family life. Born into a tumultuous upbringing marked by a drug and alcohol-addicted mother, domestic violence, and a broken home, Elisa faced immense challenges from a young age. She is also a survivor of incest and rape, making her a beacon of courage and resilience. But Elisa does not let her past define her. I know that's right. She graduated with a bachelor's degree and currently pursuing her graduate studies and has carved her path in the corporate world. She's not just a professional, she's also a savvy entrepreneur, successfully managing 2 businesses. Elisa's story is a testament to the human spirit's ability to overcome adversity, rise above challenges, and find success despite the odds. Didn't I tell y'all she was amazing? Wow. Wow. So clearly you fit in right here. You are where you belong, Elisa. And I'm just so happy and honored that you are taking time out of your clearly very busy life to spend some time with us, hanging out with girlfriends in the hopes of inspiring a woman listening here today. So thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really, really excited because I really love what you're doing and I fully support what you're doing.
Awesome. Thank you. So in your introduction, we touched a little bit here and there, but can you describe your childhood for us? Or, clearly you've been through some things since a very early age. So who or what helped you make it through these very big traumas?
Yeah, so, as my bio said, I grew up in a pretty broken home. My mom was addicted to alcohol and drugs my whole childhood. She introduced me to alcohol at the age of 8. I learned to drive at the age of 12 just because I didn't want her to drink and drive. And at the same age, is really where I was that victim of incest and rape. And, that really, really changed the trajectory of my life. I mean, my mom's alcoholism and, my parents' broken marriage played a factor. But that one incident is really what kind of propelled me at first onto a not so great path. Because not only was, that incident happened, but also at actually the same age, I was actually the victim of a sexual assault by 3 schoolmates in school during the day. And those students ended up getting expelled from school, obviously. But, that started me on a really dark path because that was those few instances were the instances of that I was introduced to like sex or anything sexual, because obviously at the age of 12, I'm not thinking about that. And so that really got my self-esteem in the gutter. Like that's really where I felt like my worth was in my body. And so, my teenage years, I didn't do drugs or alcohol because my mom did, and that is not what I wanted. But, I was looking for love. And so, I dated adults at the age of 13. I had a 23-year-old boyfriend. I would run away. I would do stuff like that. And it was just not a good path to be on. But I would have to say the one saving grace was when I had a teacher in elementary school. I love her to death. She always told me that I could do and be anything that I wanted. She would always tell me, you are so smart. You are so much better than this. And, I haven't talked to her recently, but she's pretty much been a constant in my life. She was at my wedding. She was at my baby shower. She came to my college graduation. So her in my life is really, I think, what kept me together and what really kept me understanding that I was worth more, that I had more value than what I was doing at the time. And honestly, my mom was also a factor because she really was showing me what I did not want in life, unfortunately. I loved my mom. I love my mom, but her life was an example of what I did not want. And I always knew that when I had kids, I was like, they will never experience this in their childhood. They will never see a mother drunk. They will never see a mother high. They will never see a mother just not being in the right frame of mind to be a mother. And so it was just a lot. But like I said, my teacher and even my mom was an example of, I knew there was more for me. I just didn't know how I was going to get there.
That's so important. And I think a lot of us, in those formative years especially, we're constantly taking things in, right? We're like these little mini sponges. And kudos to you at such a young age to realize the difference, because a lot of kids, right, like don't necessarily know any better and will follow suit into a behavior that they're seeing modeled in front of them because, what's the alternative? So I commend you, for having the ability to lean into that wisdom and that discernment at such an early age, even if you didn't know that's what those things were, to kind of guide you and kind of keep you aware that, I love my mom and I love things about her, but you had a reality that there were certain things that you just did not want to carry forward. So that's amazing. So let's kind of bring everybody back up, okay? Let's bring everybody back up. You have been through so much, and we could take 3, 4, 5 episodes to really unpack it all. But let's switch gears, like I said, and through all of these different things you've been through, share with us, because, okay, I'm setting this up for a reason, right? Because I talk to a lot of women. I know a lot of women. And there are things in the womanhood experience that are just not talked about, that you're talking about, okay? So I want us to switch gears here, not to overlook, erase, dismiss anything you've been through that was traumatic, because those are very real things. However, I want to shed some light on what can come out of those things as well, because those things didn't define you. You didn't let those things stop you from some really big accomplishments in your life. So I want you to talk about some things you've accomplished in your life from a space of, yes, all of that happened to me. Yes, I went through all of those things, but I didn't stop there. I didn't stay there. I was stuck. I came through, and this is what I did.
Absolutely. So, well, the first big thing that I think is an accomplishment is some people might think it's a weird accomplishment, is my kids. Yeah. So I have 5, like you said, my oldest is 19, and I had her at 19. And so she really gave me a reason to keep fighting. And so my first big accomplishment is graduating college. I'm a first generation, college graduate, and I graduated college with, I had 3 kids at that time. 3 kids. She was like 6 months old. And, I had my husband, and I walked the stage. My dad came, and that was like the biggest thing for me, because I graduated high school at 16 because I was able to take the exit exam, because I was like, I'm ready to go past this. So I graduated at 16, but I didn't get to graduate college until I was 23. That's when I graduated college. But I was so excited and so thrilled, because I'm like, wow, this is going to open doors for me. And then the next biggest accomplishment was, I went into the corporate world, worked, and just still wasn't feeling fulfilled. So I was like, I know there's still more for me. Like, I know like I'm meant to be and do more. And so the next biggest thing is I joined the military. And the reason I say that was the next biggest accomplishment is because I joined the military at the age of 30.
Yeah.
Joined the Army. And
Whoa.
Anybody in the military knows that is actually pretty old to be joining the military. But I was able to go. I passed, everything, first go around, went through my military career. And I did that for 5 years. And then when it was getting ready for me to come out, I was like, okay, the military is not a career I want. I was very proud of my career, but I still felt I was meant to help more people. Like, there was just something bigger for me. And so that's when I became an entrepreneur. That's when I started my businesses. My business, both of them really, focus on financial empowerment. Because, I grew up in poverty. Like we went Goodwill shopping, had no car type poverty, didn't know when we were going to eat type poverty. And so, we didn't grow up learning about finances. We didn't learn up growing about investing or credit or anything like that. And so I'm like, let me go ahead and teach myself, because I've always had okay credit, but I never really understood credit. So that's when I started researching and educating myself on, okay, how can I make my life have a better position because of my finances? And so that's kind of where that started. And so my business, I like my business name, it's Vet to Mom. And so my aim is to help women, especially, veteran women and just women in general, single moms, get back control of their finances. Because a lot of times, when we grow up, we're taught to be the caregivers. We're taught to be the people that help others. But we're not taught how to be generational wealth builders or wealth builders in general. We're not taught that. If you hear a woman talk about the money she makes, she's bougie, or that's not her money, that must be, she must get it from a man. But when a man talks about how much money he makes, oh, you a baller, like he gets praised. And so, I really wanted to change the narrative for women and money, because we are wealth builders. We not only are caregivers, but we are wealth builders. And so that's really, that's when I realized that was my calling, is to help other women realize their full potential. Because if it wasn't for a woman, a teacher, to tell me my worth and really show me that you are smart, we are so much smarter than we realize. And that's what I want to be to another woman, is what my teacher was in elementary school to me. I want to empower women and give them back their power, showing them you are more powerful than you realize. You have more skills than you realize. Like, what you think is not a skill, that can help another woman in her household, in her business, in her personal life. And so I want to help women turn what they think is a weakness into a power. And so those are really, I think, some of my biggest accomplishments thus far.
That's amazing. I mean, first of all, and please forgive me, I should have recognized you earlier. Thank you for your service. Okay, we are military friendly on this show. My dad is 20 years Navy retired, and I know from a child's perspective the sacrifice, it takes for a parent to be able to serve wholeheartedly, and your service, no matter the amount of time, is highly appreciated here. So thank you. And then what you're doing to pay it forward, for other female veterans is huge. There's no secret that there is a shortage in the support available for veterans. And it's shocking, given the sacrifice, right, that you all make for our country and our freedoms. But so anytime someone is doing something to rise up and support the veterans, I am all here for it, and I appreciate it. So thank you. And then, of course, everything else you have going on. So, I mean, kind of taking all these experiences, taking these accomplishments, and what you've learned in your businesses so far, how would you channel that? Like, what advice do you have to give other women? What's your main message?
So my main message is, sometimes we have to take ourselves out of our current environment to be able to see our worth. And what I mean by that is, the people that you're currently around most likely do not have the same vision that you have. Because guess what? God did not give them your vision. You are meant to be bigger than your current situation. And so it is extremely important, especially in the social media realm, because we have so much more access to people we normally wouldn't have access to. Get out there and network with other women who are doing what you want to do. Because my thing is, another thing, women sometimes see each other as competitors as opposed to business partners, collaborators, besties, future, friends. And that's really where it changed for me, is when I realized that nobody else is my competition and nobody else is your competition. We are our own competition. We want to be better than we were a year ago, 5 months ago. And so I think it's really, really important that we connect with other women who think like us, who want others to do well, who want to see you succeed. And if you have an idea, someone who's willing to bounce ideas off, oh yeah, this is amazing, or I can connect you with this person. Because like they say, your network is your net worth. And so you have to really change the people you interact with on a daily basis. You want to change what you do on a daily basis. Like I still do, listen to like worship music on the way to work, but I mix it up now with podcasts on things that I want to learn. Finances, education, entrepreneurship, whatever it may be, because knowledge is gained every day. We can never stop learning, ever, ever, ever. And so the best way to do that is to change our habits. What's that? There's a book, I can't remember the name of it. It's about, changing your habits and doing little things every day. And before you know it, it's like second nature to you.
Is it Atomic Habits?
Yes.
I like to read, y'all.
Yes, I read that one. And so that's my biggest thing for women, is to seek out other women, because those are the ones that got to uplift us. And this is not a knock on guys, but men do not understand women in the extreme complexity sometimes of our emotions and, some of the drawbacks that we have in life as women of color. We have things that go against us that they might not understand. And so seek out your tribe, seek out someone outside of your normal network, because I'm telling you, your mind gets open to the possibilities of things you just never even imagined in life.
Yeah, that's so true. And we touch on this quite a bit on the show. And it's interesting because we come up with a lot of extra obstacles or extra barriers to making those connections. So what would you say to a woman who's like, yeah, but women are so hard to get along with? I don't have female friends. They don't like me.
Well, and that I used to think like that, but the thing is, that's when you got to look inwardly. Are you really projecting what you think about yourself? Are you the person who? Because here's the thing that I used to give off this vibe, the RBF face. I still kind of have that face, and it's just a face I have. It's not because I'm mad. That's just my face. So it's really looking in the mirror and just stand there. And how does your face look? Like, would you want to approach your face if what was looking at you? And so it's really, and so I think a lot of times we are reflecting our own insecurities, reflecting what is going on inside. And so really what I think you have to do is affirmations. It seems really corny, but every day say something positive about yourself. Say, I'm a powerful woman. I am beautiful. I am worthy. Whatever the affirmation is that you want to say it to yourself every day. And pretty soon your thoughts change. And when your thoughts change, your thoughts on other people start to change. You start to see people differently because now you're not looking at people through a negative lens, because you're waking up saying positive affirmations. So you start your day positive. So you interact with people more positively. So that's really what I would say, is really just start working on yourself and your self-talk, because that is really what hinders us, is our self-talk and our silent talk to ourselves. And it's always going to be a battle. Everybody, I think, has that. But continually remind yourself that God created only one of you. You are unique, and you can do something that the next person can't do. So just remember that you are special, you are unique, and nobody can be you. Nobody can do what you do. And just remember that. And I think women will start to realize that, you know what, I am unique, and that woman is unique, and she has something that I can't offer, but we can collaborate and offer both of our audience something that each one of us carries that the other doesn't.
Exactly. So, what I heard was, if you don't have friends, it starts with you. And it does, right? I mean, we're all grown here, like, come on. It's true. You have, in the Bible, it says, if you want to be a friend, show yourself friendly, right? And Elisa laid it out very beautifully, and I'm just here to be blunt and in your face. I don't have it as pretty to say, because I'm like, hey, listen, it starts with you. Be accountable, right? It's to me, it just reminds me of people, you hit the nail on the head when you said projecting. Kind of like people who struggle to tell the truth and they think that everyone else is lying all the time. Mm-hmm. No, everyone else is not lying all the time. You need to get a better relationship with the truth. So it's the same thing with yourself, right? Like, I'm an only child. So for me, I had to master being my own friend a long time ago, right? Like, I hang out with myself. I could spend hours and hours and hours just like with myself, like doing things. I take myself places. I go to the movies, go eat, whatever it is. It's me. And I enjoy my own company. I crack myself up with my own jokes. My husband, he was like, what's so funny? I'm like, oh, like, I'll just forget. I love him, but he wasn't in on it. And so when a situation arises and maybe I have conflict with another woman, I make an effort to resolve it. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be a situation where I compromise who I am and my morals and my values, because I'm a great friend. I'm a great friend to myself. And so that's what it talks about in the Bible, right? Like, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Mm-hmm. Right? And a lot of people forget that love yourself part. They just see that, oh, you're supposed to love me because I'm your neighbor. But do you love you? Because if you loved you, you would treat me better anyway.
Exactly. That is so true. That is so true.
So, it's just important because, you guys can't see Elisa. She is gorgeous. Okay, I can see her. We're having a great time here. But looking at her, and I'm sure just her living her everyday life today, you would not know all of these different things that we've barely even scratched the surface on that she's been through. And I'm sure the same can be said for literally every woman on this earth, right? Like, we all posture ourselves accordingly, right? We are in different positions, and, we have the level of confidence we have that we need to have in the moment, right?
Yeah.
There's always more to the story, right? There's always another layer. And so when we learn to give ourselves grace, then we have it to give to each other. Yep. And you can substitute that for grace, love, patience, whatever it is, right? But you need to master how to have it with yourself. And then you'll know what it looks like. You'll know what it feels like for someone else to have it when they need it. And you say, oh, right, you need this. I got you. Here you go. Here's some of mine.
Right.
And we can spread that amongst each other, to make each other better. So that's my little speech.
Yeah, definitely. But the other thing I think is really important, because obviously I did not grow up in the church. I only got saved about 2 years ago. Oh, wow. And really got into like I go to church 6 days a week, but like a year ago. But prayer, like, I'm telling you, God wants to help us with these spirits that just
let her clear her throat, y'all. She's coming right back.
Sorry.
It's all good.
That want to lie to us and tell us these things. So it's very important, I think, that we have a prayer life and seek God, because God is ultimately what gives us the strength to push past all these barriers. Absolutely. So definitely.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've entered a very special part of the podcast where I ask for a final word. Okay, so we are nearing the end of the conversation. Our girlfriends have parked. They're about to get out of the car. They have to go to work, go to their appointment or whatever. So we're wrapping it up. And what is the final word you want them to remember before they turn off the car and get out and go live their life?
That you are more valuable and have more power than you realize. And always remember, you are unique and you have something to offer that no one else can. And always remember that you are powerful.
Boom. That's it. Girlfriends, take your power and go rule your day. Go rule your life. Thank you, Elisa, for spending time with us.
Thank you so much. It was so much fun. Thank you.
Yes. And you guys know, obviously you're getting out the car, you're starting your day. So when you get a chance, you're going to click on the description of this podcast. You'll see how you can keep in touch with Elisa and support her businesses. Also, for those of you who are not already in our Facebook group, Crown Level Confidence Between the Episodes, hop in there. You can interact with her, message her, get more information, see how you can support. But listen, we are respectful, okay? We are not time wasters, right? Come correct if you're going to reach out to her. Otherwise, just stay home, okay? No keyboard courage over here. But no, in all reality, I love this community. I love what we're building. I love the momentum that we are gaining to support one another. So this has been the latest episode of Crown Level Confidence Podcast, leading women worldwide to lower their stress and raise their confidence day by day. So y'all, have a good one.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you for tuning into another empowering episode of Crown Level Confidence with Kalia Janae. I hope you enjoyed today's conversation and found it both insightful and inspiring. If you'd like to be a featured guest on the show and share your journey of confidence and self-belief, please reach out to me at podcast@kaliajanae.com. I'm always eager to connect with remarkable individuals who have a story to tell. And for those interested in connecting with me for speaking engagements or mindset coaching, you can find more information on my website, kaliajanae.com. I'd love to hear from you and explore how we can work together to inspire and empower others. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on your favorite platform so you never miss an episode filled with actionable tips and heartfelt stories. If you enjoyed today's episode, I'd truly appreciate it if you could leave a review on your preferred podcast platform. Your feedback helps us reach more listeners and inspire even more people to straighten their crowns. Remember, your journey to unstoppable confidence is a continuous adventure. I'm happy to support you every step of the way. Keep believing in yourself, keep shining, and always wear your crown with pride. Until next time, this is Kalia Janae, your host, signing off. Stay confident, stay empowered, and keep leveling up.